I will give you a brief overview about the different reports and the different points in Google Analytics 4. To do so, at first I click on this little taskbar on the left side, or just hover my mouse over it. Then it folds out. And here I have my admin bar, which we already talked about. I also have the home screen here, which is basically the front page with some insights in users, new users, but also average engagement time, and so on and so on. So it's basically only some linking to other reports. For example, in this case, it's just one dashboard, and by clicking on View Reports Snapshot, I will get a snapshot of the different reports, which is a bigger overview with a bit more dashboards. Same here, users in the last 30 minutes, which is basically just a quick snapshot of the real-time dashboard. I have the reports under the home screen, and there we can see them. Reports snapshot is here with the dashboard I showed you, but also the real-time dashboard, some user acquisition, but also traffic, and some country data, some user activity data, and more stuff. These dashboards are empty at the moment. Why is that? Because we haven't connected our website to Google Analytics 4 yet, which means Google Analytics 4 knows that we want to track this specific website, but without implementing the measurement ID we got from the data stream into our website, the website and the Google Analytics 4 account are not connected yet. So this is a brief overview of the different reports. Then we have the real time, which is the real-time data of the last 30 minutes with active users, but also some new users if you want to, and also some events that happened. The reports are a bit more complicated, but there we have 3 different categories: acquisition, engagement, monetization, and retention. And we got some subcategories, for example, acquisition overview, but also user acquisition and traffic acquisition, engagement also 4 different subs, and monetization also 4 different subpages. We can click on each of them, but we will discuss them also in detail. By getting a bit more data, it's easier to kind of explain all that stuff, but in this video it's just about getting in touch with this platform for the first time. Okay, then we can also fold this bar by clicking on the arrow to the left or the arrow to the right if we want to see the whole reports again. There is also the next category, which says Explore. There we can use some templates or a blank template for some exploration, which is also a bit more complicated, but we have some paths, funnels, also some segment overlaps, really difficult stuff, which we will discuss at the end of the course. But yeah, just that you know, you can use templates, but also blank canvas for explorations. There is advertising, where we have a snapshot as well, but also the performance of the different channels. And we have, of course, the configure to have some tracking about events, conversion, audience, and there we can also implement new events. So create a new event, create a new conversion event, and so on, which is, of course, also a bit advanced, but we will get to this point sooner or later. You also see this search bar over here. So if you can't find, for example, I don't know, the real-time report, you just type in real-time and then you get reports real-time, click on it, and then you get the whole dashboard. You can also use the things at the top right corner, which is the Google Marketing Platform home, with some more products like Campaign Manager, but also Tag Manager, which we will also need for Google Analytics 4, and for example, Optimize and more. We have this help menu. So next to the switch menu, we have the help menu where we have some FAQs, but also some articles we can use for some more information. We have the account, of course, and we have these 3 dots to send some feedback if something is not working, which could happen in Google Analytics 4, because it's pretty new. Maybe new is not the right word, but compared to Universal Analytics, it's not perfect as it should be, probably. So there could be some errors, and then you could send some feedback to Google. You also have different, let's click on, I don't know, this one. You have different times, so different time slots you could use. For example, you just want to have yesterday or last 7 days, last 30 days, or some custom, which is basically, I don't know, 3 days, 20 days, whatever. So custom is also pretty cool. And you can choose your timeline here, and then you get the data for this exact timeline. So in this case, for the last 30 days. Underneath, you have the edit button to compare, for example, different user categories. And you can also share this report there, have some more insights, but also customize this report and this, by just dragging dashboard more or less. So this is the acquisition report. And there I can say, okay, I don't need, for example, the lifetime value. Then I just click on this X and it's out. Or I add a card. For example, I add the e-commerce purchase by item name dashboard by clicking and adding this card. And then it will be added in this report. Of course, I need to get some data about that from my website, because if my website is not a web shop, then I won't get data about sales. But this is just some background information. I can then save this report, so save changes to the current one, or save as a new report. So you could also create an own real individual report, which is probably a good idea when you know the reports a bit better. But for the moment, it's okay to play with the existing ones.